Yo guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I will be talking about The Surfer. Alright, so Surfer is the newest movie in movie theaters about Nicolas Cage doing some weird shit, and I have to say, whenever this movie started, I did not really see any trailers for it, but I always see Nicolas Cage doing these weird ass roles with him being in a weird ass freaky thing. Like we have seen it with Dream Scenario, but we've also seen it with things like Color Out of Space and his other movies that he just recently did. I think maybe the best one of these weird movies is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which was mainly about himself, which was interesting and fine and nice enough. But for the rest, I haven't really gotten myself into this renaissance of him being like this and him doing this weird shit and him just doing whatever the fuck he wants. So whenever this movie started and the story of this movie started to get along, I was really surprised for most of it because this felt fairly normal. This just felt like a man with a son who is a bit of strange, who wants to do some things, who wants to go surfing to in the place where he once lived and where he once grew up, and it felt like kind of wholesome and also not that weird, and it felt like very normal, which was very weird. And I was like, okay, this is the least Nicolas Cage feeling movie I've seen in a long time, and I was getting myself ready for it because I thought like, okay, this could be something new, something interesting. And then all hell broke loose, and then Nicolas Cage got to be Nicolas Cage as he's ever going to be, because he did some weird things in this one that I think are just plain weird. And I just am on the verge of saying that this version of Nicolas Cage where he's doing the weirdest shit ever just is not really built for me. I don't get a lot of enjoyment out of these things. Like, I enjoyed myself with The Surfer enough to see this one as a bearably nice movie, but I don't think it was particularly great or particularly good. I just enjoyed myself with it. Like, there are a few scenes where I was genuinely laughing a little bit with what was going on, especially when people were making him look like an idiot, which he always is in those movies, but in this one, the people surrounding him were often more funny than he was because they were just fucking with him. And that was really fun to see. Just to see him get in these situations, get to see him get fucked by everyone, that was really funny. That was really awesome. The rest of the movie, and especially the third act, didn't really work for me. I didn't like where the story went. I didn't like how the story concluded. And I just didn't really like Nicolas Cage in particular in this one. I thought like, okay, it's going a bit too far nowadays. Like, there is the scene with the rats where I just think like, yeah, okay, sure, I guess. So I am just not on the biggest plus side of Nicolas Cage doing these weird ass movies. And I know there was one, Ghost of the Prison Island, Prisoner of the Ghostland. That was it. That was my pinnacle of I am starting to absolutely hate Nicolas Cage for what he is doing. And I have to say, The Surfer is not on that level. It's enjoyable enough. The story is enjoyable enough. I really liked what they did with the colors of this and the cinematography. I thought that was something more unique, which kept me hooked for a bit longer because it looked quite nicely. It looked very fresh. It looked very unique in a way. So I really did like that. It felt a bit like the cinematography was based on Asteroid City, but not in the way shots are composed, but mostly the colors and the color scheme of everything. That was something I noticed. That was something I really liked. So the things about The Surfer I like the most are mostly the things that have nothing to do with Nicolas Cage, whilst Nicolas Cage being jackass weird is just not doing it for me anymore and takes the movie down quite a bit. I was ready to have this new version of Nicolas Cage where he was normal, and then he wasn't. Alright, so even though I still didn't really love the movie, I thought it was enjoyable enough to have a decent time with this one. So I'm going to give this one 2.5 stars because I did think Nicolas Cage did not really save this movie, but the rest of it isn't as bad as someone of my caliber that is not liking this version of Nicolas Cage might suspect. So the movie surprised me a bit. What did you think of The Surfer? Please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on this one. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye bye.